iRacing Setups is the longest running setup shop on iRacing. Our monthly subscription options start as low as $20 a month. We offer setups for dirt oval, asphalt oval, and road racing, covering a wide range of cars and skill levels. Built and tested by top-tier sim racers, this isn't just a business, it's a community of competitive drivers. If you want to better your iRacing experience, head over to PremierRacingSetups.com today. And remember, if you don't get one, you're going to chase one.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Here's to our country markets, to the moms and the pops, to the 3 generations strong, to the lifeblood of our communities, for prepping our meals and lending a hand through the good times and challenging times.
I'll be there when you need me. You can count on it every time.
Thank you for always being there for us. Your friends at G-Stone Motors.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger, until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight, and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans. We're in New York. We left the Keystone State after 2 races and a holiday break. Here tonight at New York, it's the Oswego Speedway, home of Super Dirt Week. This year, well, That is Thursday. If I got the date right, Dean, October the 8th, race fans. That's right, Oswego. I've never been there, race fans. Dean won't get me the tickets. Maybe one of you race fans can twist Dean's ear a little bit. But hey, this series here tonight, the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series taking on the Oswego Speedway. This is, of course, well, one of the most difficult tracks, I would say, on the schedule here for round number 8. Coming into round number 8, though, it is still Chad Lackey on top of the point standings. He holds a 16-point lead over his fellow Canadian counterpart of Trevor Giroux. Talking about the Canadians, well, how about it? Last week, Clay Christopherson took one home for the drivers with the stars and bars, brought the trophy back from Canada. It only took us, 7 weeks to get a victory. What are you guys doing out there, right? Well, hey, now tonight, though, here in New York, close to Canada. In the States, though, can we still continue to keep it here? Super Dirt Car Series passing points, though, coming in here to this round. Well, Trevor Giroux is on top of that. He has 11 points, while Glenn Sharp and Harold Klump both have 8, with Chad Lackey holding 8 points to his name. Super Dirt Car Series, well, they are the premier Northeast Modified Series, and we are glad to have them here with our racers here tonight in the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series. So Clay Christopherson, we know he's picked up a win last week. Who are the other drivers that have picked up a win? Well, Chad Lackey was able to go back-to-back in the season openers. Then it was Ryland Banks, Matt Barber, Trevor Giroux, and Clay Christopherson. Those are the only drivers that have been able to pick up feature wins here this season with this series. So which driver is going to be able to take home another feature? Well, what do you say we line up a couple heat races here? It looks like 3 heat races possibly here tonight. So what do you say we hit trackside here? Let's see if we got our uno, doses, and traces correct, because this is going to be heat race number 1 here tonight, and they're going to line up right like this. Driver of car number 20 out of New York, Cody Harris, will start P number 1. To the outside, it's the driver sitting 3rd in the overall championship standings. It's the Excel Sim Sports number 41. That'll be Tyler Naff in 41. Ryland Banks early here to the Speedway tonight. Car number 76, Ryland Banks going to go from P number 3. To the outside of row number 2, starting in the 4th position here, hailing from, the Canadian Maple Leaf side of the border, is going to be the number 16 of Barber. Barber going to start P number 4. Sharp in the Thunder Ridge Racing number 28 will start back into the 5th spot. And how about this one? The Mr. Radiator number 23 of Joey Lattisaur. Lattisaur going to start from P number 6. Mason Hine and car number 89 will go from the 7th starting spot. And Glenn Sharp, car number 99, rolling from the 8th spot. How about this driver? It's been a while since we've seen him. Car number 39. That's going to be Mike Brewer. Brewer in the number 39 here tonight. That is your 9-car starting field. It'll be 8 laps the distance. Top 5 to qualify. Just taking a look at it. 24 drivers signed in here tonight, race fans. So we will take them all 24 drivers, straight into our feature coming up. Lights are out on the iRacing.com page. Truck race fans, it will head to the safety of pit road. You want to talk about safe? There's only one place to go, race fans, if you need a new vehicle. That is G-Stone Motors. That's your safe bet in Middlebury, Vermont. Your certified Ford dealer. If you need a tow rig, they can get it for you if it's not on their lot. Order it up on the internet and pick it up at G-Stone Motors in Middlebury, Vermont. Green flag into the air here tonight at Oswego. We are racing. Keep a look on that inside lane. Is a great start there for the number 76. Little contact back there. That's the Biff. Nope, that's Matt Barber. Barber in the Biff machine making a little contact. I believe that was the number 23 of Joey Lattisaur. How about Brewer? Brewer shot out of a cannon in that number 39. The Full Throttle Motorsports number 39. And Brewer picking up 4 spots since the drop of the green flag here in just one opening rotation around the speedway. So as he's going to try to get to the inside of the 16 of Barber. They made a little contact. One backing it up into the outside wall. That is the number 39 of Mike Brewer. Brewer going to lose a couple spots. He got collected there with Joey Lattisaur also. All drivers able to keep their foot in it. So we stay green. Ryland Banks out front here. He's trying to pick up another heat race victory if he can. Ryland Banks has been able to pick up one heat race so far this season, and he'll see 4 to go when they come by the line this time. Remember, all drivers will make it into our feature race coming up just a little bit later on here tonight at the Oswego Speedway. This is just for starting positions, if you will. Working the track in, getting these cars dialed in. Here comes Barber to the inside. He'll catch the inside retaining wall. That Jersey barrier doesn't move up here in the north. Probably still frozen into the ground from the wintertime. As he'll bank the left front off once again, hiking that right front into the air. Slap wheelie, he's not Tony Hawk either. Out front, still Banks with 3 laps to go. They'll see the old popsicle sticks coming up when they come back out of turn number 4. We'll put 2 of them in the air with just 2 more times around the speedway. So 2 more times around for Banks, Naff, Barber, Sharp. Hine is sitting back here. There's the brightly colored number 89 of Mason Hine. Cody Harris just behind him, Brewer, Lattisaur, and Sharp. That's the 9 cars out there onto the speedway. White Silk in the air, and I'm looking at it. Tyler's actually closing in on the back of that number 76. Banks going to go down to the inside, see if he can take the advantage away. Final trip down the back straightaway and through turns number 3 and 4. Tyler to the outside, see if he can keep the momentum. He will not. It'll be Ryland Banks. So it'll be Banks, Neff, Barber, Sharp, Hine, Harris, Brewer, Lattisaur, and Sharp. So Ryland Banks picking up that one. He's banking that one. Oh, the knee slappers here tonight. Uh-oh. I saw it up there. We'll make sure we talk about that one here in just a little bit. Next heat race coming to the grid. The Super Dirt Car Series heat race looking like this. Well, talk about the man, the myth, and, well, the legend. Car number 79 of Dean Reynolds, driver out of North Syracuse, New York, in the Super Dirt Car Series number 79. That'll be Dean Reynolds. To the outside of him, he takes all the Billings. That is Shane Billings in the number 17. He'll start P2. Last week's winner, car number 51, will go from P number 3 here tonight. That'll be Clay Christopherson. And how about your Point Series championship leader here tonight? He has a maple leaf on his machine. Car number 66, that'll be Chad Lackey. He'll go from P number 4. Matt Taylor in car number 15 is still going to start P number 5. Ted York making another start here this season, the 0-9. After stopping for some food on the way to the racetrack, he will start P number 6. CJ LeVere, the driver out of New York in the Heath Auto Repair, number 4, will start in 7th. And how about the Pennsylvania driver, car number 126 of Andrew Hansley? He'll roll from the final starting spot here in our second heat race of the evening. Race fans, I got to thank you once again for tuning in here tonight, whether you're tuning in from, well, snowy Pennsylvania, New York, Vermont, Maine, Canada, Florida? Well, I heard the iguanas fell out of the trees down in Florida. They're not used to the cold weather like we are up here in Pennsylvania. How about the snow over the weekend, race fans? I feel like I've just been shoveling snow, so this is kind of a relaxing, little bit of a vacation, we'll call it, back behind the microphone here tonight. Warm in my home. More snow on the way, unfortunately, right? No snow out on this racetrack. 8 laps on the board. 8 drivers out onto the speedway. Who do you got in this one? Reynolds to the inside. Billings on the outside with a great start as we enter turn 1. Good start by the 8 drivers. One driver a little out of shape there. That's the number 66 of Chad Lackey. Lackey got out of shape just a little bit out of turn 2. Was able to gather it back up. And here comes the number 51, Clay Christopherson. He'll put a little bit of pressure on the number 79 of Dean Reynolds that time through 3 and 4. Reynolds goes right down to the bottom in 1 and 2 after leading lap number 1 here tonight. One driver making some moves early. That's the Heath Auto Repair number 4 of CJ LeVere. He's been able to pick up 2 spots. Started 7th. After 2 laps, he is running into the 5th spot. 6 laps remaining here in the heat race as Clay Christopherson opens up the inside lane. Here comes the number 66 of Chad Lackey. Lackey trying to pick one up. That would give him 9 Super Dirt Car Series passing points if he can complete this pass in the Billings Motorsports number 66. Trying to do it. he'll be able to do it. So now move Lackey into P number 2, and actually, correction, that gives Lackey 2 Super Dirt Car Series passing points, so that'll pull him within 1 point of Trevor Giroux, who is the top points getter in that one, if he can just get past Dean Reynolds. And Reynolds, well, he opened up the door and a little contact there. Reynolds making a little contact with the bars of the number 66 of Lackey, and Lackey went down and caught the New Jersey barrier here tonight. Everybody was able to stay going. One driver out of shape back there. That was the number 15T. That is Matt Taylor in the 15T. Back here running into the 7th spot, Andrew Hansley having a little problems in car number 126. He's back there running into the 8th. Looks like his transponder here tonight going a little haywire. 3 to go. Going to be 2 to go that time by as they flash by the start-finish line. Reynolds still out front, trying to pick up another heat race victory here this season with the 802 series. This would be heat race 3 if he can hold off Chad Lackey. Chad Lackey only having 1 as the white silk will fly. Reynolds going to leave the inside lane open. Little contact. Here comes Christopherson. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Christopherson gonna squeeze into the race lead. Out of turn 4 for the final time. Let's see how they come by to be Clay Christopherson, Lackey, Reynolds, Billings, LeVere, York, Taylor, and Hansley. So last week's winner, Clay Christopherson, picking up a heat race win. So he's picking up right where he left off. Can anybody stop Clay Christopherson? Is he about to go on a tear just like we saw Chad Lackey do to open up the season? Well, we're all going to find out in the feature. But first, let's get you another one of these heat races here brought to us by the Super Dirt Car Series. Heat race number 3, you're going to come like this. The driver out of Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, driving car number 35. That'll be Harold Klump in car number 35. To the outside of him, that is the agent, the 007 of Sam Bachman. How about this driver? He has a couple wins. Car number 75, Trevor Giroux, will start P number 3. And, well, I start singing Happy Birthday, Mr. Roselli, but you don't want to hear me sing. It's bad enough you got to listen to me talking to this microphone for about an hour here tonight. So car number 7 out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, celebrating a birthday here tonight. Anthony Roselli will roll from P number 4. How about the Venom Racing number 57 of Brian Lawson? He'll start P number 5. And Brandon Guerin in car 04 will start P number 6 here tonight. And oh boy, it's a lockout on the back row. Well, it's a couple of those Brissetts. Season 1 champion, the 03 of Speedy Brissett, will roll from P number 7, while Eddie Brissett in the tap dancing number 15 will go from the 8th and final starting spot here tonight. That's your 8 cars, 8 laps the distance. So who do you got? Do you have a birthday boy? Do you have a champion? Well, we have 2 champions in this one. You have the Expert Installation 007 of Bachman, and you have the Speedy Brissett 03 entry, the Dan Dubuque Memorial 03, throwing it back to his good friend Dan. Unfortunately, we lost Dan a couple years ago. Had the pleasure of speaking with Dan multiple times. Didn't quite get to see him at the one banquet we were scheduled to roll into, but unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, I should say fortunately, we have his memory, and he's always riding with Speedy Brissett. Ready to go, 8 laps the distance. 8 cars out onto the speedway. Green flag into the air, let's go. Clump going to try and hold a pretty wheel down to the bottom side. The 75T of Giroux having a pretty good start down there. See where he rolls through 3 and 4. Looks like he goes straight to the bottom. Clump in the middle. That's going to push the Bachman entry to the outside. Lap 1 going to go to the number 35. One driver going high, wide, and handsome around the outside. He's letting it all hang out, and it'll work for one spot. Can he get another one? That's going to be the 04, Brandon Guerin. He's up top, ripping it here tonight at Oswego. If he goes any farther, he might end up in Canada. Down to the inside, it looks like it's the number 5. That is actually transponder for car number 7 here tonight of Anthony Roselli, as the battle is for the race lead. Bachman looking to the inside as they will get 5 laps to go this time at the line. Give it to Bachman. Bachman leading that lap last time by 2 for the race lead. Bachman to the inside, Roselli to the inside, Klump and Giroux running the outside lane. They got the number 4 sitting there. Brandon just kind of running in the middle. One driver into the outside wall. He'll hold it up to the top side. Everybody going to be able to boot, scoot, and boogie around the inside. But that was the number 35, Harold Klump, making contact with the outside retaining wall. Just got up out of the groove, got 4 in the fluff, and unfortunately found that Jersey barrier. Now the race leader, Sam Bachman, holding the pretty wheel here as they're come by this time. Knock another one off, put 3 laps remaining. Look at these drivers all working the bottom side. 2 racing grooves already here in our heat races. Expect to see 2, 3, and I've seen these drivers do it 4 and 5 wide when it comes time to, well, get that big check. Popsicle sticks up into the air. It'll be just 2 more times around. Bachman looking very strong here since taking over the race lead with just 5 laps to go. Roselli has not been able to really close the gap since getting into P number 2. The birthday boy just kind of sitting there right now. White silk up. It'll be one final trip around the Speed Palace. That time, though, Bachman up about a half a groove down in turns 1 and 2. They're bumped down to 3 and 4. He found it. You saw the front end kind of bouncing a little bit, but at the line here, Sam Bachman picking that one up. It'll be Bachman, Roselli, Giroux, Garand, Lawson, Brissett, and Klump. That's how they all come across the line. So Bachman picking up another one. And when I say another one, race fans, I'm not what is that guy, DJ Cali or whatever? What do you say we run a last chance qualifier here? This is how we're going to start this one. Car number 20, Cody Harris, starting on the pole of the last chance qualifier. To the outside of him, the team SSR, the Elite 09 of Ted York. Speed Reset will start P3 here tonight, while Mike Brewer, good old Mike Brewer, car number 39, our favorite number, so we'll pull for Brewer. Kidding, I'm pulling for all of them. But we're going to start P number 4 with, well, Taylor. Car number 15T, starting into the 5th starting spot. Tap dancing his way into this last chance qualifier. Another number 15 here tonight. That'll be Eddie Brissett. And then it's Joey Lattisaur, the Mr. Radiators, number 23. We saw he had some issues, made a little contact in his heat race. He'll have to start 7th here tonight. Andrew Hansley in car number 126 will start into the 8th spot. Klump, he had some problems in his heat race, put the right side of that car up into the outside wall. He'll get a factory reset. He'll start P number 9. Glenn Sharp in car number 99 will start tail of the field here. 10 drivers, 10 laps. I haven't heard, but I do believe, race fans, we are going to take all drivers out of this last chance qualifier. Last time I counted, 24 cars signed in and registered here tonight, 24 drivers to your feature event. Who do you got coming out of the LCQ as a winner? Is it going to be Harris? What about York? Brewer in his limited schedule? Maybe Lattisaur from the second to final row to the inside. Green flag up. Here we go. Not a real good start to the outside there for Ted York, but a great start for Cody Harris. Harris has shown flashes this season of so much improvement behind the wheel of that number 20 machine. Hasn't been able to put a full 35-lap feature underneath them, but we've seen it in heat races. We've seen it in these last chance qualifiers, as you see Brewer already trying to work underneath York. We've seen Brewer be able to find his way to the front multiple occasions last season. This year, not able to put as much time into the old sim number 39 there. Another driver picking up a couple spots back there is going to be Eddie Brissett. You see him flash into the picture. Still watching the Brewer and York entry. York able to hold his own on the outside. The outside just has not fallen off like we had seen at most tracks this season. He's been able to hold strong there. And, of course, Harris kind of running that middle lane. Got a little tight that time, down in 3. As it'll be a drag race down the front straightaway. Here comes Brewer. Brewer going to look to the inside. York outside. Harris outside. 3-car battle with 6 laps to go in the last chance qualifier. The Brissett family back there having a dispute over who's going to hold that 4th spot. 3 wide for the race lead as they come out of the corner. They're going to see 5 fingers in the air. It's still Cody Harris leading the way with just 5 laps to go. 3 wide that time down into turns 1. Coming out of 2, who's going to have the race lead? A little bit of a tail slap there for Ted York. He'll hold it up against the outside groove as everybody starting to make their way through. One driver jumping up over the cushion, putting 4 in the fluff. That'll be the 0-3 of Speedy Brissett. Brissett holds the 4th spot, though, but it is Brewer that leads that time by at the line with just 4 laps to go. It's Brewer, Harris, Eddie Brissett, Speedy Brissett, Joey Lattisaur, the top 5 drivers here with just 5 laps to go. Harris that time going to throw the boat anchor out in 3 and 4. Crossover attempt on the number 39 of Mike Brewer. Brewer now going to have to roll the outside. Harris slides up, not quite sliding all the way to the top. They'll hold that line. See what they do down in 3 and 4. Middle groove for the 20 of Harris. Top groove for Brewer. He'll carry the momentum. He'll take the race lead as it's 2 laps remaining. 2 laps in the last chance qualifier. Who is going to pick this one up? Some battling going on back there between York and Lattisaur. That is for the 5th and 6th position, respectively, on the speedway. White flag going to fly as we continue to watch the battle for the top spot. Brewer gets it that time out of 4. He'll slide to the inside. He'll slide himself. Harris starting to lose ground now because it is the final trip. Mike Brewer looking to see the checkered flag first here in this last chance qualifier here tonight. He'll pick up his first last chance qualifier victory of the season. So it's Brewer, Harris, Brissett, York, Taylor, Lattisaur, Klump, Sharp, and Hansley. That is how they come through. So that is going to wrap up our heat races and the last chance qualifier. The starting lineup is going to get set right there. So race fans, right after we come back here from just a quick little wet the old whistle, getting the evocation played here tonight at the Oswego Speedway, we're going to get that 35-lap feature event here tonight for the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series. See, the drivers are going to come out for a quick little bit of a warm-up session. Final tweaks on these machines. Race fans, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with that feature here tonight, presented by G-Stone Motors.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallant
Motorsports and racing cars is a big part of the heritage here at G-Stone Motors. Todd and I have been racing each other for years. I love the one-on-one competition. It comes bottom line, we're all behind each other and support each other with everything we do. I think that says a lot about our company's culture. I'm Vince Quinville, Service Manager at G-Stone Motors.
G-Stone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Welcome back here, race fans. There you see the track is silent here at the Oswego Speedway. It's the calm before the storm. 24 drivers. And race fans, we had to send one driver home here tonight. 24 drivers getting ready to go feature racing. The one driver, as there was a late entry here into the Speedway, which actually bumped us to 25 signed-in drivers. Unfortunately, the 126 of Andrew Hansley was the bump car. He will be out here tonight. He will not make it into our 35-lap feature event. So everybody else has their spot in the 24-car lineup, though. But before we go feature racing, we have to thank all of our sponsors behind the scenes here that make this production show, and of course this series, go around. Of course, we got to thank the Super Dirt Car Series, your premier Northeast Dirt Car Series. They are the Heat Race Passing Points sponsor this season. Drivers able to earn passing points in our heat races and battle for a championship, brought to us by the Super Dirt Car Series. Mr. Radiator's Auto Service, the Lattisaur family, of course, sponsoring the Hard Charger Award this season with the 802 iRacing Series. Any driver that picks up the most spots in our feature event getting a $5 bonus of iRacing credits. And of course, how about this? Expert Installation. They are the, presenting sponsors for the trophies this season. Top 3 after the season, picking up trophies courtesy of Expert Installation. And of course, BG Graphics, they are the people behind the scenes making all these beautiful cars and wraps and graphics here tonight that you are seeing out onto the Speedway. We thank them, along with G-Stone Motors. G-Stone Motors, your family-owned and operated Ford dealer in Middlebury, Vermont, has the car or the tow rig that can get you up and down to the racetrack all season long. That's G-Stone Motors. What do you say we get that G-Stone Motors starting lineup going, because the cars are out onto the raceway? Starting P number 1 here in the feature event here tonight, Ryland Banks, car number 76. To the outside of him, last week's winner, car 51, the Stars Bars. Well, that's going to be the number 51 of Christofferson. Starting in P number 3, he is an agent. They call him the 007 of Bachman. He will start P3. Tyler Neff, he's third in the overall championship standings. Tyler going to start car 41, P number 4. Your points championship leader, though, coming in, the 66, two-time feature winner this season. That'll be Chad Lackey. Starting 6th, it's the birthday boy, the Van Sickler Electric number 7 of Anthony Roselli. And Matt Barber, car 16, will go from 7th. Dean Reynolds, the Super Dirt Car Series number 79 out of New York, will start in 8th. How about Trevor Giroux, car 75, starting in 9th. Jeff Sharp, the Thunder Ridge Racing number 28, he will go right there. And P number 10. The 11th starting spot, the number 17 of Billings. How about Brandon Guerin, going to start there in P number 12. 13th, Mason Hyde in car number 89. He'll start 13th on the call. CJ LeVere, car 4, starting 14th. The Venom Racing number 57, O'Brien Lawson in 15th. Brewer in 16th. Harris in 17th. 18th, got to go to Tap Dancing Eddie. 19th, Speedy Brissett. 20th to Ted York. Field ready, though, this time. They're coming by on a turn 4, ready to drop the hammer, race fans. Here we go. It's Taylor, Lattisaur, Klump, and Sharp, by the way, the final 4 starters. 35 laps, feature underway here at Oswego. Great start by the Gator Tough, number 76 of Banks. Christofferson is right there. He's going to look to the inside, 3 wide. Lackey back there. That is going to be the 007 of Bachman, and Tyler Neff to the outside. Lap 1 drag race. Give it to Christofferson at the line. Christofferson is going to take the top spot. Transponder loop getting ready to update, race fans. Don't worry, to still play Christofferson out front here. Let's see. There we go. Thank you, iRacing, for getting that one right for us. Christofferson leading that lap. It's still Banks, Bachman, Neff right there side by side for the 3rd position. Bachman down to the inside of the Full Throttle Motorsports 007 with the birthday boy just behind him. Here comes the Biff. machine. Barber trying to work his way into it also. A lot of these drivers already migrating to the top side of the speedway here tonight. We saw two lanes, two grooves of racing, if you will. They were able to dance to the top side or dance on the bottom. We even saw Cody Harris hold on there and dance in the middle of the speedway. Contact, though. Hold on to her. Tyler in the 41, the Fusion entry, having a little contact there with Roselli. One driver up against the outside wall. That's the 75T as the caution lights will come on around the speedway. But this one under a yellow flag is the number 20 of Cody Harris. Looks like that car is able to roll away, but I think it's twisted just a little bit. Let's take a look. Where's the 20 machine? There he is. Him and Brewer made a little contact, and Harris going to tag the inside jersey barrier as he'll slide to the inside there. Maybe just a bent up left front shock on the Harris entry one final time here. Brewer going to try and dime it off the corner, and Harris was lurking down to the inside. So just a little contact. So a couple laps in the books here tonight. Clay Christofferson's been able to lead them since the drop of the green flag. Christofferson, Banks, Bachman, the top three. One driver on the move so far. That is Joey Lattisaur, the Mr. Radiator's number 23. You find him, there he is. He's back there behind Ted York. York running in 17th, but Lattisaur picking up 4 spots in the early going. He is running in the 18th position. Both drivers having to come through that last chance qualifier here tonight. So it looks like the lights are out, so we're ready to go back racing here. Think we are counting the caution laps. We're going to find this out together, race fans. Transponder loop here at the Oswego Speedway acting up ever since Dean Reynolds got his hands on it. So we'll see when we come back across the line here. Green flag back into the air. Here comes Christofferson. He'll lead us across. 5 laps in the books, 3 wide already. Barber trying to split the middle there with Lackey down on the inside. Contact. Roselli sideways. Looks like Roselli going to go for a slide. No, we got a parking lot down here in 3. A couple of them up against the outside wall. I believe that is the number 17 of Billings. Taylor's involved. Roselli went around in his machine. There you see the Van Sickle Electric number 7 of Anthony Roselli. Quarter panel caved in on the left-hand side. So that'll bring out the second caution flag of the evening. Let's take a look. See the orange and blue machine in the middle. They were 3 wide, a little contact there, and everybody trying to get everything they can. And around gonna go the Roselli machine. A couple drivers making contact going up into the outside wall. Take a ride on board here with the number 17 of Shane Billings. Well, it's a good thing we're in the virtual world here, race fans. The onboard camera staying intact. The machine here tonight and the driver will also be intact. Second caution flag of the evening as you see these drivers starting to try and get lined back up. A couple of them coming down to the infield here, pit side. Roselli was able to bring his Van Sickle Electric number 7 to the infield, and believe they put a whole new, well, race fans, we're racing on iRacing, right? We all know that. So these drivers, they do have a quote-unquote backup car, a fast repair, if you will. If you're on the iRacing service, you better know it as a fast repair. So these drivers are able to come down. They get a reset. We're out here to have a lot of fun, right? Well, it's Tuesday night with the boys on the dirt. So Roselli was able to come down pit road. He was able to get a brand new car. Tyler Neff involved. He was able to come down in car 41. Brandon Guerin, Shane Billings, Joey Lattisaur, all also coming to the infield to get a brand new repair. But we're ready to go. It'll be Christopherson, Banks, Barber, Bachman, Lackey, Reynolds, Giroux, Sharp, Hine, and Lawson. That's the top 10 here after we work the second caution flag of the evening. Safety vehicles off the speedway, ready to go. It's in clay. Christopherson's hand. Green flag is waving. Let's go back to green flag racing. A great start by Christopherson and another good start by Banks. Banks will drop to the bottom side of the speedway. Battle is on for that fourth position. Barber and Lackey, the two Canadians, towards the front of the field here, battling. Banks with a good run there for second. He's right on the back bars of that number 51 of Christopherson entry. Able to hold on to it for the time being. After lap one back racing, it's Christopherson, Banks, and Bachman. Trevor Giroux working the inside of the 75T. There's Lawson back there working the high side of the speedway. There you see his Ferris Mowers number 57. Just behind him, that's York to the inside of him. That's the Heath Auto Repair number 4 of C.J. Lovere. Looks like now we got 2-3 grooves of racing here at Oswego. Lawson going to go from the outside down to the inside. He's following the number 89. That is Mason Hine. Looking back off board here with Mason Hine with the Super Dirt Car Series onboard camera with Mason Hine. Hine running into the 8th position. He's able to pick up 5 spots early here in this one. Caution lights are coming back out onto the speedway. The Mr. Radiator number 23 of Joey Lattisaur and the BG Graphics 04 of Brandon Guerin having some issues here. Caution flag coming out. Let's take a look. There's the, I thought it was right there. That's the Vertex Graphics number 17 of Billings. But what it really was is Lattisaur into the back of the number 35 of Klump. Right on board with the Mr. Radiator onboard camera here with Joey Lattisaur. Saw the contact between Sharp and Klump, and Lattisaur was just there in the tire tracks, into the bars and into the outside retaining wall. So that's what puts us under the caution flag once again here at the Oswego Speedway. And while we have the time, what do you say, race fans? We thank you once again. We can't thank you enough for tuning here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, watching these drivers compete every Tuesday here on the dirt side of things with the G-Stone Motor 358 Modified Series. This is not the only series, though, that, of course, this fine series runs. The 802 iRacing League running their Cup Series on a Sunday night with Brett the Jet behind the microphone. You like a little asphalt racing? Well, you can catch them right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So go ahead, hit the bell, hit the subscribe button, get the notifications anytime the 802 iRacing Series goes live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You see some of the drivers that you see here in the 358 Modifieds racing on the asphalt on a Sunday. I can tell you, well, asphalt, that's just to get to the racetrack. Dirt, that's to go racing, race fans. It's not the snow that's outside in my yard right now, that's for darn sure. Lights are out on that iRacing.com pace car, so we're getting ready to go racing here. Taking a quick peek here. And I say quick, I say I don't have the stat guide. This is Christopherson's 17th career feature start here with the series. You've been able to go to victory lane twice. Green flag back into the air after the cleanup of that yellow flag, and they're going to go right back to 3 wide racing there. That's Banks, Lackey, and Bachman. They were 3 wide momentarily. Lackey wanted to get down to that inside lane, not quite able to. Bachman's holding that spot. Say 3 wide. C.J. Lavere says, hold on, I want to come into this battle too, because he's a 3 wide battle with Sharp and Giroux. They figured it out. Giroux got by in the Full Throttle Motorsports number 75T. Put Giroux now into that 7th spot, trying to work his way forward. There you see the battles at the front, though. Christopherson, Banks, Bachman. Bachman 3 wide. Lackey to the inside. Bachman in the middle. They're all going to get around Ryland Banks. Banks got a little bit of a bobble in the Gator Tough number 76, and they all took advantage. Christopherson just looking around going, where is everybody right now? It's a Tuesday drive, and I am trying to drive away to go back-to-back. One driver out of shape in the mid-pack. That's the Anthony Roselli entry, the birthday boy. Driver out of Fleetwood, Pennsylvania. Just trying to get this car back underneath him. This backup car just doesn't look like it has the same drive that he had before. There's tap dancing Eddie Brissett going around the outside. Tap dancing, if you will. Eddie running into the 17th spot, making his third start here of the season. Lackey for second. He's going to get it away from Bachman. Christopherson, Lackey, Bachman, Banks, and Barber. The top five. Dean Reynolds just outside the top five. C.J. LeVere, one of the biggest movers and shakers here tonight at the dance with 19 laps to go in Oswego. Still plenty of time. Barber in the Biff machine. There you see him coming out of one driver headed to the hot pits, if you will. Coming in hot. Glenn Sharp in car number 99 coming to the infield. So Glenn Sharp going to join Mason Hine off the speedway. Looks like Mason's going to get credited with a respective number 24th position. Number 24th position. That made a lot of sense in my head. Randall says, you know what makes a lot of sense to me? You go where they ain't, and they've all migrated to the bottom, and they ain't on the top of the speedway. 76 of Banks now going to the outside as Bachman trying to roll the outside, but Barber, he's just been locked down to the bottom side with the Biff entry. Christopherson, Lackey, Barber, Bachman, and Banks, the top five here with 15 laps remaining. Watching Bachman, he's been trying to pretty much slam the outside retaining wall. Look at that number 007. He's just up there, rim riding around the speedway. A lot of these drivers say they don't like coming here to Oswego. There's that little bit of an issue off of turn number 4. When they get up there, if you just get into that Armco barrier, it kind of sucks you in and it says, see you later. Ejecto-cedo. So Christopherson still leading the way. You see Lackey and Barber to find the real side-by-side battle. You got to come back here. Look at the 215s entries. Brissett and Taylor, they're running 18th and 19th on the speedway, still side-by-side. Don't tell them that this position doesn't matter. Every point at the end of the season is going to tally up, but it's going to mean something. Just ahead of them, Cody Harris and Speedy Brissett. That's Harold Klump there. Klump surrounded by a slew of New York drivers. Klump bracing for a snowstorm here in Pennsylvania this coming weekend. I believe it's going to snow taller than Speedy Brissett is. If you know Speedy Brissett, race fans, that would make sense. If you don't, you got to get to know him. Ted York says, what about me and my 09 entry? Get to know me. I'm up 10 spots. Well, one driver into the outside wall down in turns 1 and 2. That'll bring the fourth caution flag of the evening out. That'll be Cody Harris. Harris able to obviously keep rolling here. Let's see what kind of kickflip 360 he did. He was battling with Speedy Brissett. Up there. Got that right rear into the outside wall. And, well, right front caught. She spun around. No kickflip 360. Just spun around 360. Couple drivers going to pull it down to the inside, see if they got any issues. It looks like Lattisaur and Harris pulling to the infield. See if they can get repairs and get back out onto the speedway. Looks like already the 20 of Harris will make his return to the Speedway. But it is Clay Christopherson, Chad Lackey, Matt Barber, and Sam Bachman, the top four. Banks, LeVere, Reynolds, Giroux, Brewer, and York currently rounding out the top 10. So this race, a ton of fun here at Oswego, but in 260 days, 20 hours, 42 minutes, and 33 seconds, Super Dirt Week comes here to the Oswego Speedway. That's Thursday, the October the 8th. But before we even get there, race fans, we get to come back here. We get to race at Oswego a little bit later on in the season for the championship race on March the 31st. The season finale brought to us by G Stone Motors. 100 laps here from the Oswego Speedway. In the season finale, we will crown a champion that night. Season 4 champion. Ready to go back racing. Looks like single file restart here. Getting ready. Clay Christopherson says with 7 to go, let's go. 9 to go, sorry, 9 to go. Great start by Christopherson. He'll hold the bottom side. Look at Dean Reynolds try and wind it up around the outside. He's got LeVere down low. LeVere, no stranger to racing here at Oswego, whether it's the asphalt or the dirt side. LeVere also going down to Charlotte. The dirt track at Charlotte, we should say. Last couple of seasons with his, what we would call here a hobby stock, but a hobby stock on maybe steroids. 7 to go. Everybody still chasing Clay Christopherson, Lackey, Barber, Bachman, and Banks. Giroux, though, would like to get into the top 5. So would Reynolds. LeVere's picked up 8 spots to be running in 6th. What's one more? One driver against the outside wall. That's a 75T. Trevor Giroux will get it gathered up. There you see the 75T, the Full Throttle Motorsports number 75T. He just got passed up by Brewer. Brewer into the outside wall down the back straightaway. He'll hold it up there, see if he can keep rolling. Looks like he's back under power. They're going to come get 5 fingers in the air. It'll be 5 more times around the Speedway here tonight at Oswego. See if Brewer can rebound, get back into the top 5 after having to come through a last chance qualifier here tonight. There's the race lead. Take a quick peek. Nothing's changed. Christopherson's led since the drop of the green flag here in our feature. Barber's worked up 5 positions. He's running second. Lackey's picked up 2 spots here tonight in the feature. And Sam Bachman, unfortunately, running 1 spot back from where he started. The Bachman 007 running in P number 4. Ryland Banks has dropped 4 spots in the feature so far. He is running in 5th. And he's got some hungry drivers just behind him. Front of the field getting pretty tight. Here comes Barber, because it'll be 2 to go as the popsicle sticks are up into the air and getting dumped onto the table just 2 more times around. Christopherson for the Stars and Bars. The Maple Leafs of Barber here tonight. Who is going to do it in Oswego? Right on the back bars comes Barber. Barber pushing the number 51 Full Throttle Motorsports driver as the white silk is out. Put him on the table. This is it, race fans. Christopherson or Barber, who do you have as they work down the back straightaway? One final time. There you see it, a car length and a half. Entering turn number 3. Here comes Barber. He'll show the nose. Not going to be able to do it here tonight. Coming across the line, it will be Clay Christopherson picking up his 2nd win in a row. Barber, Bachman, Lackey, Banks, LeVere, Reynolds, Giroux, Brewer, and York is how they come across. What a race at the end of this one. There's your winner. Your winner here tonight, Clay Christopherson. He'll stop on the front straightaway here tonight. We'll talk with the top 3 finishers right after we come back here to the Oswego Speedway. Unofficial results on the left-hand side of the screen. Find where your favorite driver is going to finish after this 35-lap feature event. We'll talk to him just after this.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
I'm Jake McDonough, one of the co-owners of Woodware. I work with Drew and my dad Brian, and we've been here for a long time. We have a great relationship with G-Stone Motors. They've always taken great care of us. I remember when I was a kid riding in G-Stone box trucks. The G-Stone service department has been great. They get us back on the road as soon as we need. If we don't have our vehicles, we're not doing business, and so they always make sure that we're able to operate, at our highest level. It's been a great relationship.
G-Stone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.
Welcome back here, race fans, to Oswego. The track is silent once again. That's because the 35-lap feature event here tonight is in the books. The G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series here tonight, doing 35 laps. Just to call it a warm-up, race fans, because we're going to come back. I told you, we're coming back here to do 100 laps. But what do you say we talk to these drivers that did 35 laps here tonight? Let's start things off with the driver of car number 51. He's able to pick up his, second win of the season. How about it, Mr. Christofferson? You're able to go back-to-back and hold off those maple leaves falling from the trees.
Yeah, the track reset probably really saved the bottom. I think the Exploring would have been a lot more favored in the top, but no, the car held together. I knew I couldn't give up the bottom, so I couldn't really go looking around. And just stayed consistent, set pace, and just kind of waited. I knew people were going to start battling for the lead, so I just kind of maintained pace and waited for it.
You talk about maintaining the pace here tonight. It was a quick one here tonight at Oswego, a quick 35 laps. But when it came down to it near the end of this 35 laps, you had somebody banging on the back bars where you worried that maybe this 51 was going to slip up off that inside groove, open it up, because Matt Barber, he was coming. I don't know if you heard him back there. He was coming and he was knocking.
Yeah, I heard him on some like middle or top-ish, and I wanted to go up there and explore so much prior laps. I just didn't want to sacrifice the bottom. So once I finally heard him, I think 2 to go, I think there was, I was experimenting a little bit with the slider line in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, I knew I had to stay pretty dominant on the bottom.
You were able to stay dominant. Coming into the night, you were 9th overall in the championship standings. With a win last week and a win this week, you're going to be right back into the mix. How do you feel as we get ready to head off to, well, we're going back to the dirt track at Charlotte. Can you keep the momentum you had these past 2 weeks rolling right along? Because you're the only driver that's been able to pick up a win in 2026.
I'm just going to be at the tires because I can't do anything else at Charlotte.
Well, make sure you stay away from those Ute tires. I can tell you, they don't move, and they're big.
They are.
About the only driver tip I'm going to be able to tell you, because I haven't been in my sim rig for years. Dean won't let me out of here. But hey, what do you say? Let's roll the red carpet out here. Let's hand you the microphone, because I'm sure you're tired of hearing me already. So who do you got to thank for this 51 to look good, be as fast as it is, and go back-to-back?
Definitely all you guys for putting us on, doing the broadcast, and then all the guys at FTM and Swan Speed Shop for 358 and big block sets.
Short, sweet, to the point, race fans. He didn't thank you, but I know he's thanking all of you here tonight. Clay Christopherson going back-to-back, holding off those Canadian Maple Leafs who had such a stranglehold on victory lane. Talking about the Maple Leafs, well, the one driver that finished one spot behind Christopherson here tonight. How about it, Mr. Biffle wannabe? Second.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty pumped about that. Didn't have the greatest start to the night, but pretty good rebound, especially a great rebound from last week, not even making the feature, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Pretty happy about it. Before we even talk about this, track state and feature race and bumping into the back of Christopherson, walk us through the paint scheme on this number 16 here tonight.
Well, for the obvious reasons, right? This sad passing of Craig Beffel and his family, and everybody, of course, feels awful about it. And I just kind of felt I was getting some wraps made, and I kind of saw the opportunity since I'm number 16. And I figured, why not? You know, it's, I don't know, I think everybody's a pretty big fan of it.
Well, everybody wants to be like Biff, and hey, you were like the Biff here tonight, flying around the speedway. Walk us through this one. You had to pick up 5 spots, and you found yourself late in the game here, right on the back bars of Christopherson.
Yeah, it was, like Clay said, he was busy trying to protect the lead, and he couldn't experiment much. I, fortunately, when I was running fourth, I kept trying a bunch of different lines there, and I figured running the middle was actually working pretty good. So when we got that restart, I got a pretty good run, being able to start close with the guys, and then it started paying off, and I got pretty damn close. Gave him a little nudge, let him know I was there, and we got close, but we didn't get it, but I had a good time.
What more did you need? Laps? Did you need another restart here tonight to possibly go up there and put this Maple Leaf machine back into victory lane?
Probably just more laps, honestly. I think it was going to be a good race between me and Clay for quite a few laps.
What do you think? Because this was 35 laps. We come back to wrap up the season here for 100 laps.
Definitely gives us some a chance to take some notes for the 100 lapper, and did pretty good in it last year. It kind of burned the tires off a little bit early last time, so remember that for this time, and see what we can do in the 100 lapper.
Well, we can't wait for 100 laps, that's for sure. I'm already excited because it's 100 laps. We don't get to do 100 laps in dirt racing, so when we get to see them, it sticks out, and it's one of our favorite ones. So what do you say we get you ready, get you out of here, loaded up, because you're headed to the dirt track at Charlotte next week. You heard Clay say he'll find him down around the bottom going catfishing, but again, stay away from those tires down there. They don't move on the inside lane, and they don't help you at all. So what do you say, who's on the side of this number 16 Biff machine tonight?
Of course, always Tessier Mechanical boys are always on the side of this car for getting the opportunity they give me in real life, and all the support. The one that designed it, of course, Tyler Bowman from Vertex Graphics. I think he knocked it right out of the park, and everybody's just a huge fan of it, so big shout out to him. TBR Sim Sports, of course, G-Stone Motors and 802 for putting this whole thing on in the first place. My boys, all the Canadian boys, always, we do this stuff every week, practice with each other and bust each other's balls all the time, but it's always for good fun. And congrats to Clay for the win, and congrats to Sam for rounding up the podium, and of course, got to thank you, Roger, for putting on the broadcast every week.
There you have it. He wants to be like Biff here tonight. Barber bringing car number 16 home in P number 2. The only driver to finish where he started here tonight. Bachman, what more did you need here to get around those top 2 drivers tonight to put yourself in victory lane for the first time this season?
Probably a little more practice. Be honest, I ain't the best at running the bottom here too much. I was kind of waiting for that top to come in, and it kind of seemed like the last 5 laps that top really started to come together. And it was pretty quick, but it was just kind of too late at that point.
Practice? You're supposed to be the franchise player here. You don't need practice.
Well, at least here or whatever. I mean, I just can't run the bottom as good as these guys can.
Well, we understand that. So, and 35 lap warm up. You heard me say it. 35 laps. Was this enough practice to get you ready for 100 laps?
Well, I think the 100 laps will be a little different. That top side will definitely probably come alive and be definitely a big game changer, burning the tires down too or whatever.
So this track here, 35 laps. We're going to go 35 laps again 1 week from now at the dirt track at Charlotte. How do you feel going from this more technical track with a lot of bumps in the corners to, well, the very big track down there at Charlotte?
I just got to, like you said, look out for those tires because obviously they don't move. But I'm kind of hoping the top side really comes alive there because that's where I'm probably the best. But we'll have to see.
You have to see. Taking a quick look here at the points championship standings. You came in 4th. It looks like you're going to gain a spot here as we get ready to leave New York. You know, you're a champion here with the series. You may not have been able to pick up a win yet, but you're right there. Is it all about the points, or is it hanging it out at Charlotte to get the victory?
Oh, yeah, you definitely think about the points or whatever, but I mean, we'll just have to see how the rest of the season goes. Anything can happen to any one of us in the top 10 or whatever. I mean, you miss a couple races and then bam, you're not even in the points chase anymore. So we'll just see how it goes and take it race by race.
Well, before we let you go race by race, who do you got to thank keeping this 007 looking so good and being so strong out onto the speedway week in and week out here with the 802 series?
All the boys over at FTM, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop. He really works hard on the dig. Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Expert Installation, Vertex Graphics, Shaggy TV, obviously you, Roger, for doing the broadcast, G-Stone Motors, and Dean and everybody else for putting this on.
There you hear it. He'll finish 3rd here tonight. That'll be Sam Bachman, the agent, holding P number 3 down. So it was Christofferson, Barber, Bachman coming across the line here tonight. Lackey and Banks will round out the top 5, but it is going to be Ted York who picks up the Mr. Radiator's biggest mover and shaker here tonight. He picked up 10 spots after starting back in 20th. He'll pick up a top 10 with 10 spots gained. Look at that. It's an easy math. I can uno, dos, and yep, that's 10 race fans. But hey, talking about 10, we're closing in on 10 races in the books this season. First, we got to stop at the dirt track at Charlotte for race number 9 of the season. That's 1 week from now. We're going to go 35 laps with these 358 modifieds. We're going to line them up, go 35 laps, 24 drivers, of course. So who's going to pick up that feature win with the G-Stone Motors 358 Modified Series? You're going to have to tune in just like me just 7 days from now, next Tuesday night. Same, well, what do they say? Same play, same bat channel, same bat time. So for everybody at G-Stone Motors, with everybody with the 802 Series, Expert Installation, and everybody else behind the scenes at the Super Dirt Car Series, BG Graphics, we thank you, race fans, for tuning in here tonight. And until we catch you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe. And we'll see you in turn 3.
I'm Jake McDonough, one of the co-owners of Woodware. I work with Drew and my dad Brian, and we've been here for a long time. We have a great relationship with G-Stone Motors. They've always taken great care of us. You know, I remember when I was a kid riding in G-Stone box trucks. The G-Stone service department has been great. They get us back on the road as soon as we need. If we don't have our vehicles, we're not doing business, and so they always make sure that we're able to operate, you know, at our highest level. It's been a great relationship.
G-Stone Motors, your family Ford dealership, Route 7 South, Middlebury, Vermont.